Over the past 40 years, Brinkmann Constructors has grown from a small local general contractor to a nationwide general contractor with offices in 5 cities and employing over 500 people. Bob has a passion for teaching and mentoring and passing along knowledge. And Bob instilled that in everyone he dealt with, and that they should do the same with people they lead. When I think about Bob's leadership, a couple of things came to mind. Courageous, a quest for excellence. Bob has the ability to make people better than they probably think they are. Probably the biggest contribution Bob made to the employees of Brinkmann Constructors was when he converted the company into an employee-owned company. When Bob was thinking about succession of Brinkmann Constructors, he had options. He could have sold to a competitor. He could have sold to private equity. Bob always wanted to sell the company to the people that helped build it and to the people that would continue to operate it under the values that made it successful.
I've known Bob for 51 years. Bob and I were both young engineers right out of college working together at R.W. Murray Company in St. Louis. And we've been friends ever since. Since then, Bob's gone on to start his own business. I stayed at R.W. Murray for 19 years and then co-founded ARCO. I would say Bob, as a business leader, first and foremost, has high ethical standards. Bob will not put up with any chicanery or any foolishness from either his clients or people who work for him. So Bob's been a very honest, straightforward person. Bob is someone that you always enjoy being with. He's very accommodating, very humble, and I just love being around him. We've had a lot of fun together. We've gone on trips together. We've been on a barge trip in France. He's been down to Florida. We've been to Turks and Caicos. And we've always had a really great time, and we just get along really well. I think Bob's involvement with the community and not-for-profits has been a great example for all of the young people at Brinkmann Constructors. I think Bob set the example. Most of his associates are involved with different charity work, and it's by Bob's design. And I think his example has not only helped people within Brinkmann Constructors, but people in the community, young people and older people, see what Bob's done, and it certainly serves as an example what people should be doing. Bob's been involved with more things outside of his business than most people. As you know, Bob was on the Board of Trustees of Missouri University of Science and Technology, was a board chair for 2 years. He was on the Missouri Highway Commission for, I'm not sure how many years, but I know 2 years. He was a chairman of the Highway Commission. He's been on the board of Junior Achievement. He's been on the board of St. Louis Police Foundation and many others that I'm sure I don't know about. But he's been very active in trying to help the St. Louis community and the state as a whole.
You know, Bob Brinkmann is really one of these rare, once-in-a-generation type of leaders. I mean, of course, he's a professional engineer, so he knows the importance of a firm foundation and very grounded in construction and what is possible. But he also has this extremely creative side that allows him to see opportunities that a lot of others miss. And I think the unique blend of those two skills has definitely created a vision for Missouri that has made our state a better place. But he also wants everybody in Missouri to do better too, whether he knows them or not. I mean, when he was on the Highway Commission, of course, he was the chair of the commission. Having a professional engineer in that role is almost unprecedented. I think that insight and that skill set, looking at specs and drawings and bids and RFPs, allowed him to establish a cadence of construction. And if the number wasn't good, he had ways to make it better. And that absolutely saved Missouri taxpayers money. I also think he had a vision, not just for I-70, but for all of Missouri's roads and bridges, that it's not enough to have good, safe roads if they don't lead to great schools and good paying jobs. And you see that at Brinkmann. You see that in everything that he touches in St. Louis, his support of the police and the highway patrol. All of that rolls into who Bob Brinkmann is and how he's made our state better.
When I think of Bob's legacy, I feel like one of the biggest risks an entrepreneur can take is putting his name on a business. But if your name is on the door and you succeed, it is one of the most accurate measures of success. That's exactly what Bob has done. Bob has made his name synonymous with excellence and doing things the right way.
I think Bob's biggest legacies will be, one, the I-70 improvement from St. Louis to Kansas City, becoming a 6-lane road the whole way. The Gateway Police Academy, which Bob thought about when he was on the St. Louis Police Foundation. I think he found the ground. He worked with the county, he worked with the state, he worked with the city. Finally got everyone's approval, and now it's going to be built. And really, Bob is the one who really spearheaded and pushed for that. And then I think his, obviously, one of his biggest is Brinkmann Constructors. I mean, to start a company and go from nothing to 1.7 billion in less than 40 years is pretty amazing. And I would say those, to my knowledge, those three will be his biggest legacy that he'd like to be remembered for.
Oh, absolutely, I-70. I mean, we think about the elements of the Eisenhower Freeway through Missouri. This is the first major upgrade of that system in 75 years. Couple that with a new Missouri River Bridge over Roachport. That all happened under Bob's watch. That was a great project. I was able to start that as mayor. We brought along cities and counties in that specific region and took what could have been an economic disaster for us with 8-hour-long backups and turned that into a major investment. And that project got done on time, on budget, and we now have a safe bridge that will serve us for another 75 years in the future.
Bob, congratulations on being chosen for the Hawthorn Foundation Kit Bond Citizen Leadership Award. Your contributions to the economic benefit of the employee owners of Brinkmann Constructors and the state of Missouri make you an excellent choice for this prestigious award. Thank you for your leadership and everything you've done to get Brinkmann Constructors off on the right track.
Bob, congratulations on your award tonight. I can't think of anyone who deserves it more than you. You've been an outstanding ambassador for St. Louis and Missouri. You've done wonderful projects. You've helped the state do a lot of things with your involvement in the university and the highway commissioners. And I just congratulate you and hope that you enjoy the evening like you should.
Congratulations, Bob, on earning the Kit Bond Award this year. I'm grateful for your leadership, for your service to the state of Missouri, and most of all, your friendship.